We're going to start this 9 a.m. technology meeting 2 minutes late. I want to thank everybody, the members for being here and all the other stakeholders involved in ITS. We've got 4 bills we're going to take up this morning. So we're going to start with Senate Bill 2437. It's artificial intelligence and defining it. As everybody's aware, we have the Artificial Intelligence Regulatory Task Force, AIR, that we established last year, and this comes as a recommendation from that committee. I co-chair that committee with Representative Ford, our counterpart in the House that she chairs technology over there. We felt, the committee, that it would be good to establish a baseline for artificial intelligence. We have quite a few bills circulating this year that have artificial intelligence in them. And in sessions to come, we know that we'll have tremendously more legislation. So if we can kind of have that baseline, that's strictly all that we're doing. This conforms to the federal language so that as we refer back to artificial intelligence, as we go down the path of regulating AI, it's very nebulous at this point. And as time goes by, we'll see more areas, I think, that we need to regulate. But there again, the only purpose of this bill is to establish a definition for artificial intelligence, what it is or isn't. Does anyone have any questions? No questions? I would entertain a motion.
Title sufficient to pass.
And do we need a second on that? Okay, all in favor, please say aye. Aye. Okay, bill is carried out, passed. It will be reported out. The next bill is Senate Bill 2650. This is Senator Delano's bill on the Mississippi Emergency Communications Authority Act, and I will yield to him if you'd like to explain, Senator.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Glad to have you back at the helm. The other guy was just glad to have you back, sir.
He's better looking and smarter, but thank you.
All right, ladies and gentlemen of the committee, this is the 911 bill that we brought forward last year. We passed. We made a lot of really big changes. There's a board that is to advise MEMA on the direction of the NG911 deployment throughout the counties. That board has, I don't think that they've even met yet. I don't even know if their members have been confirmed by the Senate yet. So in talking with MEMA and the consultants that have been doing the groundwork in the field throughout the state and working with the EOCs, they've recommended that we are going to probably need to make some minor tweaks, not to the funding, not to any revenue associated with it, but to the definitions that are centered around possibly what an EOC is, how we define EOCs, or how we would define a suitable NG911 standard. So that for that reason only, we're bringing the code sections forward. I'm asking the committee to help us just move this through so that we can have it open once MEMA gets things stabilized and we're able to have some additional conversations with them. More than likely, we'll be back for you with the same version of this bill that's coming over from the House and be able to make revisions at that time. So at this moment, my motion would be title sufficient to pass.
Thank you, Senator. Just a couple of points. The committee members are in the technology committee. They're waiting on advice consent. We're awaiting the peer reports. Once we receive those reports, we'll meet to do a hearing on those and talk to each of those people, as you said. Do you feel there's a need for a reverse repealer at this point, Senator, or not?
No, these are just open code sections, okay. So I wouldn't want to repeal those.
Okay, well, thank you. And to allude to what you said a moment ago, I meant to start the meeting with saying, technology is a team effort. Senator Delano and I have both chaired the committee, and we appreciate the input from everybody. And this is a space that fortunately is not terribly controversial, but it's a lot of things going on in this space. And I think a lot of efficiency of governments that can be gained if we can continue to go down the path in this space. So thank you for your continued leadership, Senator. Any questions on this bill? I'd entertain a motion with no questions.
The motion was title sufficient to pass.
All in favor, please say aye. Aye. Any opposed? Bill carries. We'll report it out. Thank you. The next bill is Senate Bill 2653, and it is it introduces the Mississippi IT Optimization Act to kind of speak the comment I just made about efficiencies and optimization. We did several pieces of legislation last year. We did a piece of legislation that requires us to migrate to the cloud over the next few years. And I believe Senator Johnson may have done a piece of legislation that requires us to have data sharing as we do that. And as we move down this path, much the same way as the code sections are open in the bill you just mentioned, this is actually creating a new code section for the Mississippi Optimization Act, which should allow us to be more agile and efficient with IT as we go forward with enterprise solutions. One of the things I know that IT is working on now across the 33 biggest agencies, which I think is 95+% of the IT spend, we've got 31 Microsoft Mail accounts. They're looking at doing one account so that you've got enterprise solutions leveraging that, and it makes it an easier task for agencies to buy on, and there's a cost savings 10 to 15%. We're working on trying to get some hard numbers on what that would be as an example. And as we continue to go from on-premise storage to private cloud storage, public cloud storage, there's some economies of scale that we can get, and this IT Optimization Act will allow ITS to be more agile in doing that. With that, I'll yield any questions on this. If there are no questions, I would entertain a motion.
Sufficient do pass.
All in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries. We'll report that bill out. Our last bill in the same thing, if you will, Senate Bill number 2654. It charges ITS with establishing a State Security Operations Center, a SOC, as that is called. As you know, cybersecurity is something that's very important in our state, and there's some other bills working. They may be over in governmental structure that will coincide with this. A state CIO is a bill that Senator Delano is working on that will have some of the similar things in it, but it's very important to the Senate to establish a cybersecurity agency, if you will, or kind of stand it up on its own. We've got different cyber elements housed in different areas. Homeland Security has done a great job at taking some federal grant money and utilizing it to have cyber assets available if there have been hacks and penetrations in networks all the way down to the locals. This will, the SOC is basically a reactionary center, if you will, and we've talked through, Chair Ford, myself, Senator Delano, several of us over since session about where to house a SOC, who might be the players in the SOC, and we've come to the conclusion that we think ITS needs to be in charge of this, and that, again, we'll kind of have everything centralized in the point that all those assets are being utilized from one point. In short, that's what we're doing with the SOC. Again, 2653 that we just passed out, 2654, we'll probably see some movement on these as we go through session and end up with the specifics when we conclude session, we hope. With that, I'll yield any questions. Oh, I'm sorry. Yes, we have a committee sub. We just had a typographical error. The section to act. We changed it from section to act. Is that correct? Sorry. The first thing I'll need is we need to adopt. I'm sorry. Back to I need to adopt it before questions, right? Okay. No questions. There are no questions. I need a motion to adopt the committee sub on Senate Bill 2654.
We adopt the committee sub.
All in favor?
Aye.
So it's now adopted. We're now on the committee sub. And again, if there are no questions, I need a motion for a title sufficient do pass committee sub.
Sufficient do pass committee sub.
All in favor?
Aye.
We'll report that one out. Just another thing or two before I look for another motion that we all want to hear. February 5th, I believe, let me check. February 5th, we have, the technology committees of both sides, we're planning a field trip over to MDE. They've done some things and won some awards in the technology vein, and we'd like to go over. I'll get you specifics on it. We're probably going to do lunch here and then just walk over. It's a couple blocks away and spend it from 11 to 1 is what we've kind of got slotted there, assuming we're not in session during that time. More information to follow on that. Does anyone have anything else? I would entertain a motion. Thank you. Thank you all for the meeting. Sorry it took so long.
If it's not 10 degrees out there.
Good point.
Stay how we trending. Might ask Capitol Police for a ride.